Holy crap, the episode was leaked? That's cool! I can write the script early and...
Damn you, Hasbro!
Well, in a way, I still got to make the script early. Thanks, Andy. And now for the review of The Fault in Our Cutie Marks. The CMC are reminiscing on the influence they've been having on others through helping them understand their talents when they return to their clubhouse to find a mysterious griffin looking for them. She introduces herself as Gabriella, or Gabby, and explains how Pinky and Dash's mission to Griffinstone inspired her curiosity to learn why she was different from other griffins, who have been getting generalized as a bunch of jerks. She believes that the CMC can help her find her unique place in the world and even give her a cutie mark? Okay, that's kinda funny. Gabby is practically the best part of the episode, and that's a good thing considering the episode revolves around her introduction to the series. Her energetic outbursts take some time to get used to, but when you see where she's coming from in that she believes she can take in so much inspiration from the CMC, they actually turn out to be funny instead of annoying. Her enthusiasm and always seeing the bright side of things can make her seem oblivious to the reality of the situation. But we see throughout later in the episode that it adds to her character. She's a curious explorer wanting to test her own capabilities, trying to find her calling. And seeing her experience so many different walks of life driven by those passions is really charming. In her pursuit, she also gets to embrace her differences from other griffins, with the citizens of Equestria actually appreciating her selflessness. Seeing her doing all these things for so many people makes her very humble and expressive, and it feels so good seeing her succeed in helping everyone in so many ways. She practically values the feelings of those around her before her own, so much that she even thinks of making her idols feel happy before thinking of her happiness. Because the CMC gave her so many great opportunities, she didn't want them to feel like they let her down by not being able to help her the way she thought they would. There's so many uplifting traits to her character, from being energetic and silly to being humble and caring, putting the needs of others before her own. She's practically the best new character introduced this season. The CMC are also pretty good in this episode. They have a certain way of communicating with Gabby that's appropriate as well as in character. Their first impression of Gabby is done with caution, considering that they've never interacted with a griffin before and how this is all a new experience for them. Even if they can't help Gabby in a way that she expects, they still want to help her become a productive addition to society. It's also pretty neat seeing them in the role of the teacher instead of them being the ones who have to learn something, taking their previous experiences and using them to inspire Gabby as well as educate her on what it's like to be in a community where your actions can be met with appreciation. It shows that they're thinking things through and not just jumping into a problem without a strategy, showing how they've grown as characters. And even when confronting Gabby over not getting a mark, they try to let her down easy the best they can. Considering this episode and several others we've seen of them since they got their cutie marks, I'd say the CMC have really grown up. There's also a nice moment where Scootaloo shows sympathy towards Gabby as she can relate to her desire for something that sounds unlikely to happen. They both have dreams they want to work towards despite that they may never reach them, and Scootaloo believes that even if she can't fly, maybe it's possible for griffins to get a mark. And she wants to repay Gabby for her gratitude towards the CMC. She does end up regretting having given her false hope, but it also helps her explain the issue. The song number is really good, not just for how it sounds, but for how perfectly it fits into the story. A lot of people have complained about songs being placed where they weren't needed this season, but here it works very well. It's evenly paced, showing the steady progression of Gabby's accomplishments in a way that's not too fast or slow. It also has good build-up working towards the CMC's growing doubts in a sense that melts it into the song without being a distraction. All of this is a great example of how to fit a song into an episode. However, there is this hint that the CMC have been doing more than we think, provided by several lines during the opening of the episode. And it feels kind of off that something so important happened off-screen. Like, when they bring up how they helped someone named Blue Note, I think to myself, who is Blue Note? How do they know him? And how did they help him? When I mentioned how I wanted a deeper look into CMC missions during my Season 6 wish list, this isn't what I had in mind. Well, it was just a fan-made wish list, and I guess you can't win 'em all. But I gotta say, the ending is probably one of the most heartwarming in the entire series. When Gabby is taken back to the CMC treehouse, she's told how her calling in life is helping out others in the same way they have. But since Gabby has fun making others happy, she thinks that it shouldn't be her talent since her talent is supposed to be a job. This is when the CMC teach her that you shouldn't think of your special talent as just a lifelong mission or a job. All you really need is to feel good about yourself, knowing that you're devoting time to making others as happy as you are. It's like an allegory for how it doesn't matter what kind of job you have or how much it's paying you, because the best kind of job is the kind that makes the person doing it feel great, making a positive influence on others' lives and feeling like they've found their place in the world. It's a real mature lesson for this show to tell, and it once again shows how much the CMC have grown, and in a way, they still are. The Fault in Our Cutie Marks is for certain the highlight of Season 6 so far. It has a great story, great pacing, great characters, and a great message for all audiences of any age. It's most definitely an episode that I'll be seeing again sometime soon. MisAnthro Pony, over and out.
Forever.